Hey YouTube family, it's Dinko the Realtor, your Utah Realtor. Today I'm going to show you big price drops in the housing market. I'm going to show you that the housing market is feeling a lot of pain right now. I'm going to show you that it hasn't stabilized. Check this out. And this isn't the full story. We're going to look at the price history. A $10,000 price cut on the 9th of October to bring this price down to $490,000. However, when we go and take a look at the pricing history, check this out. On the 22nd, right here, on the 22nd of August, it was listed at $550,000. They dropped it on the 11th of September, $540,000. Then on the 21st of September, right, not even just 10 days, $499,900. So they went within 1 month from $550,000 to $500,000, just rounding up because it's right under. And then they dropped it on the 9th of October to $490,000. That is indicating that the housing market has not stabilized. If these builders, from what you're hearing out there, that low inventory, go out there and buy while you can, prices are going to go up. Well, they're not going up. I mean, look at this. They're not going up. This isn't the only example. I'm going to show you some more here. But this right here, what we saw in this price history, this isn't even the worst part about it. Check this out right here. I mean, this actually just gets worse and worse. So quick move in, all reasonable offers will be accepted, reduced price. So they're even stating in their remarks, hey, we knocked this price down, come and give us another price, go under the list price that we currently have, and we'll accept it as long as it's a reasonable offer. Well, $450,000, in my opinion, even though they dropped to $60,000, is a reasonable price given what they're saying. And they have multiple move-in homes in this subdivision. They're going to have, I believe it's over 30 different houses in this subdivision right here. And they're not selling them. I mean, they're having a difficult time selling this one, the three-car garage ones. And check this out. All reasonable offers, again, will be accepted. So if this house sells for $450,000, that is a $100,000 price drop. And I did the math before I recorded the video. That $100,000 price drop, so if somebody gets it for $450,000 instead of $550,000, that is a 18% drop from the list price. That is not indicating that things have stabilized. I mean, that right there is nuts. The other thing, what they're doing, other than all reasonable offers will be accepted and dropping the price, $60,000 as it's showing right here, right? They're also actually giving an extra, so they increased the amount of commission that they're giving to the buyer's agent. So what they're wanting is, let's say a buyer goes out, sees their house, sees another house, and they like the two equally. They're even incentivizing by giving a bigger commission to the buyer's agent, saying, so that the buyer agent would say, hey, I think you should go with that new construction house right there. I think it's going to be a better buy for you. So they're even giving these incentives out there to the buyer's agent. They're giving the incentives out to the buyers. They're dropping prices. That's not indicating things have stabilized. So enough of that one right there. I want to show y'all another one. So this one right here, let me pull it up again. So this one right here, and you see this, it's a nice house. It's 2,200 square feet, and this one right here is in Ogden. So it's in North Ogden, I believe it was when I pulled it up on the map. And then right here, this one's in Sandy. So this neighborhood is right on the border of Sandy and Midvale in Salt Lake County. Check this one out. A price cut on the 17th of October of $10,000 to bring it down to $699,000, so $700,000. Again, that's not going to be the full story. I got more information for you. So check this out right here. And again, showing that things haven't stabilized. They listed this house at $740,000. They've now dropped it to $700,000 in Salt Lake County, the most populated county, the county with the least amount of room to build new construction along the Wasatch Front, is also seeing price cuts. And this right here is a newer house in an older area, because Salt Lake County doesn't have those new areas where everything around it is new on the east side, because the east side of the interstate is pretty much completely built out unless you're building $1 million home on one of those plot of map lots that are going to be on the bench of the mountain. So this house right here, you can tell, I mean, it's a nice looking house, looks modern. They're having a difficult time selling it. And the thing is, they actually have, I believe, 3 other ones that are just like this listed in that neighborhood. This is the only one that they have on the MLS. I think I actually did see one more that they're now showing. So they're not even showing all the inventory that's there. And then they do have another one that's a little bit nicer and it's bigger than this one. So this one right here is 2,700 square feet. I believe the other one is 3,400 square feet, or maybe a little bit bigger. That one was selling for upwards of $800,000, and now they have it dropped down to, I think it was like 780, 400. Now they have dropped down to 740. So they're not able to sell even the one that's bigger and that has a little bit of a nicer curb appeal. And now they're, dropping these prices, and they're not even building the other houses. Well, why could that be, right? I mean, why are they not even pouring the foundation? Well, I went over this in other videos, last year when I was saying that initially we had that builder crisis and it kind of lagged here this year, but they don't get 30-year mortgages. They don't get a 30-year mortgage like you and I would if we went out and bought a house. These loans are for maybe a year, 2, 3 years. They're maybe variable loans, right? And they're going to have to refinance these loans. So the thing is they're paying on these loans, and without selling these houses, the bank is maybe saying, hey, you're too risky. We don't want to lend you more money, because they have multiple, subdivisions that they have houses going on, and they're not selling. So the bank is saying, whoa, this is getting too risky. We don't want to lend you any more money. And maybe they have to start selling these houses. Maybe they're gonna have to discount them even further. Maybe in 08, 09, there was builders that went bankrupt. Not saying that's gonna happen to these builders, but to say that if we do see a recession, which most likely looks like it will be the case, and the Fed does want unemployment to go up, we could see some of the builders going bankrupt. And then what does the bank do? The bank is not in the business of selling houses. They take those houses, they take that subdivision, and they sell it off to another developer, and then that developer can sell it at a lower price point because they got it for a cheaper price from the bank, right? So you're seeing this in multiple locations. I mean, you're seeing this even on existing homes. I took some buyers out and I was telling them, I said, hey, take your time. Like, let's negotiate this. If y'all want to wait a little bit longer, I believe you can get even a better deal. And I said, don't be fearful. These prices, they are going to come down, in my opinion. You're following the data, and look, what I told y'all was going to happen 2 months ago is happening right now. So they saw that. We went out, we looked at houses, then they started seeing these houses sitting on the market 30 days, 50 days, 80 days, $20,000, $50,000 price drop. And then they said, whoa, we actually do have options here. Then they said, you know what, we're going to pick a couple of houses, and we really don't care which one we get. We just want the better price. And everybody was willing to play ball. And I actually ended up getting them a house for even less than what the list price was. So they had a drop on the list price, and then I knocked the price down even further. So it's just showing you that this market has not stabilized. And remember, we went over this in the previous video. The National Association of Home Builders, the Mortgage Bankers Association, and the National Association of Realtors wrote to the Fed to convey profound concern about the industry. The group asked the Fed to not contemplate any further rate hikes and not to actively sell its holdings of mortgage securities. That is indicating that the housing market has not fully stabilized. Look, this kind of data, information, and analysis, you're not going to be able to find anywhere else. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button so you're notified when new videos drop. Leave a comment down below what you think is going to happen in the Utah housing market and even in the national housing market.